When you're writing essays in linguistics, it's likely that at some time you'll have to write an example from a language that isn't English. And so I'm going to show you in this little video how to format non-English examples beautifully. So here in the top three lines, we've got an example from Hindi. We've got the Hindi on the first line, the gloss on the second line, and the English translation on the third line. This is an ungrammatical example. It's from child Hindi, so it's not actually target like adult Hindi. Down at the bottom here, you can see what our target is in terms of presenting the example. This is what we're going to make the example look like. So the first thing to do is to look at the formatting that we've got. So we'll press this paragraph button at the top so that we can reveal what formatting we've got. And we'll start by turning this into a numbered item. So it's just the top line that is going to have the number. So we'll put the cursor in front of the top line, click the number button, and there we are, we've got a number 1. Then we'll select the next two lines of the example and just use the indent button here to align them. So with the first click, they move to underneath the number 1. We don't want them exactly there. We want them aligned under the first word of our example. So click again, and now they're aligned underneath the first word. The next thing to do, which is a step that I think many people forget or do by repeatedly pressing the space bar, is instead of using spaces between the words in the line of Hindi and in the gloss line, is to use tabs. So at the moment we've got spaces between all of the words here, and we can just see the little grey dots between each word. So we're going to delete those and insert tabs instead, and I'm just going to do that manually. So we delete the space and insert a tab. Delete the space and insert a tab. So the tabs are there when you can see this little blue arrow if you've got your formatting button switched on. So I'll do that all the way through the first line and the gloss line. And then we're going to use these tabs to align all of the words in the place that we want them to be. So we'll select the top two lines because that's where the tabs are, and then we'll click on this ruler to insert the tab position, and then we can drag this to wherever we want our two words to line up. So there will be a good position for the first one. There we've got this second word in the Hindi example nicely aligned with the second word in the gloss. And we'll do the same, click on the ruler to put the tab in. We can drag it around to put these words wherever we want them. I'll just place them there, and again for the final tab. So now we've got all 4 words in the Hindi example nicely aligned with the 4 elements of the gloss, and this creates a much more nicer alignment than if you were to do it just by pressing space, 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 space. So that's it for formatting the example. It's up to you then to make sure that your example is properly incorporated. You refer to it in the paragraph before or immediately after, and you include the source of your example somewhere in an appropriate place to show where the example has come from.